In the 15th century, when the oceans were still terrifying mysteries and Europe was only beginning its age of exploration, one man in the Indian Ocean commanded the waves with unmatched skill. His name was Ahmad ibn Majid, remembered across the Muslim world as the Lion of the Sea. He was born in the Arabian Peninsula into a family of navigators, sailors, and map-makers. From childhood, the sea was his classroom and the stars were his teachers. By the time European explorers were still hugging coastlines in fear of the open water, Ibn Majid was charting long-distance voyages with confidence, precision, and mastery. He was not just a sailor, he was a scientist of navigation. Ibn Majid perfected the compass, the astrolabe, and the kamal, a simple but brilliant device that measured latitude using nothing but a wooden tablet and a string. With it, navigators could determine their position in the vast Indian Ocean long before the West discovered similar techniques. But Ibn Majid's greatest achievement was his writing. He authored the legendary Kitab al-Fawaid, the Book of Useful Information, a massive encyclopedia of navigation containing over 800 ocean routes, wind patterns, seasonal currents, and astronomical calculations. He mapped the waters from East Africa to India, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, and the Arabian Gulf with detail unheard of in his time. His knowledge turned dangerous voyages into predictable, timed journeys. He described monsoon winds with scientific accuracy. He identified reefs and sandbanks invisible to the eye. He explained how to use the stars not only to find direction, but to calculate speed and distance. For sailors of the Indian Ocean, Ibn Majid wasn't a navigator. He was the navigator. In Europe, explorers like Vasco da Gama became legends for crossing the Indian Ocean. But what most people don't know is that they used routes, winds, and knowledge that Muslim navigators had mastered centuries earlier. And Ibn Majid was one of the giants of that tradition. His writings show an intellect far ahead of his era. He understood that navigation required mathematics, astronomy, and geography working together. He was part of a scientific civilization where sailors used the sky like a map and the sea like a highway. But Ibn Majid was also a poet. His navigational instructions were written in beautiful verse so sailors could memorize them easily. His poetry blended art with science, a reminder that knowledge doesn't have to be cold to be precise. By the end of his life, Ibn Majid had guided generations of sailors, mapped the vast reaches of the Indian Ocean, and built a legacy that shaped global exploration. Europeans would one day be celebrated for voyages that Muslim navigators had already mastered, but the truth remains. Before the West launched its empires, before the age of gunpowder sails,